I have already started priming. I cut into the corners, all the corners, so now I'm using this 18-inch roller so yeah, I've got the bucket over there, so I'm just gonna, I'm just going to, probably should have shortened this a little bit, but anyway, I'm gonna, I'm just kind of trying to get it on all the primer on the walls right now. I've kind of had a few hiccups, but this is, yeah, this is what we're working with here. Probably should have moved this lamp, but all right. Ugh. This is, it's a little heavy, but it's very sturdy. It's not flimsy. Definitely paid a little extra money to get one that is premium. Because I think one time I bought an extension and I bought something and oh my God, the thing was horrible. It was all wobbly and it, yeah, I need to shorten this. There we go. But yeah, this definitely does the trick as far as covering a large area quickly. Because, honey, it would take me forever. I'm such a slow painter because, I'm a mess when I paint. Because I'm always rushing. But I kind of have a little bit of anxiety when I paint too. Oh gosh. I need to probably take the God, I did it again. So these corners, you gotta be careful not to like press down too hard. Because the frame will scrape the drywall, and I kind of have a boo-boo over there where it came off of the track altogether. I didn't have it tight enough. Whew. But yeah, this is definitely the best for the ceiling. I haven't tried to paint the ceiling yet. I'm trying to save my shoulders for for a little later on. So yeah, because there is a little bit of weight on this thing, especially once you add the paint. So I'm just kind of saving my shoulders until I get a little further in this job. I'll peek this window since that's the only place I can. At the end of my. All right, pour some more. So typically you want to like paint like you're painting a W. If I had a smaller roll, you could see what I'm talking about, that kind of paint. Now this is primer. It's sealing the drywall, which kind of looks like cardboard. I've never done this before, and yeah, it's a little bit of work. Let me tell you, honey, it's some work. It's some work involved in this. I have always been a fan of painters and painting companies and painting contractors. Let me tell you, good painters, they're worth every red cent. Don't try to scam them on when they ask you to pay whatever their quote is. Honey, pay it gladly. In fact, tip them, especially if they're good. It's worth every red cent. If you have the money, pay. If you have the money, pay. Jesus. Ooh, honey. Have the money, pay. Whew. It's worth every red cent. In fact, I don't think they get paid enough. I don't think they even, sometimes I don't think they quote their jobs the adequate about, because this is very labor intensive, very detail oriented. Oh my God, you gotta be patient if you ask me. A good painter is patient. Oh, they take their time. They know how to cut in. They know how to prep. A good painter, they don't want to come and paint over nothing messy. They're like, oh no, they want to prep the walls the right way. They take pride in their work. Whew. I'm trying to get all this excess since I don't have drop cloth all over the place, because you know why? I'm rushing. This is where the smaller brushes come in, or smaller rollers come into play in the smaller spots. Ooh. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go back down here again. I'll probably have to put another coat on here anyway, so I'm really not worried about perfection right this second. But that's kind of how quick, yeah, it's not very bright in here, but may as well let you guys see what I'm doing today. For those of you who are interested in home ownership, whether it's your own personal home or an investment property, this is something that you would do if you had to. Is this something you would do if you had to? So here's the situation. You have an investment property, you have your first tenant, you've got cash flow, your tenant's rent is covering you know, all the bills, everything's great. But now your tenant has moved out, and you go in and you do the walkthrough, and all your walls are a complete mess. All your walls need to be painted. Every single wall. They've crayons, markers, they put up pictures, there's holes, they put up a television, so there's holes. and you get a quote from a company of $4,000 to patch up all the holes, get a sand patch, what do they call it, mud and sand and smooth. Paint. What would you do? Because you're like, man, I didn't put away an extra couple $100 every month from their rent to cover, you know, $3,000-$4,000 worth of work in between tenants. Like, what would you do? Would you? Oh crap! There we go. I knew that was going to happen eventually. Would you learn how to do this yourself? Try to find someone in the family. You know, what would you do? Because that's something to think about. You know, how much work are you able to do? How much can you afford? Would you be willing? You know, yes, the ideal situation is that, hey, we're going to outsource everything. We're going to have someone, property management company, which is great. But all that costs money. Whew. So, yeah. All that costs money. So yeah, you could put it on a credit card, but eventually, doesn't matter, you're gonna have to pay. So, yeah. Yes. Okay. Whew. I've got drop cloth all along half of the room. And I said I was going to bring it and put it over here, but I got distracted, of course. I'm doing something else. Okay, let's see here. is. See how wide? There's like a good, what is that? ½ inch on the side, so I have to be careful and getting in these small spaces. But let me tell you, this 18-inch roller, yeah, it does have some weight on it, but pretty much, I think it's like double the size of a regular one. I think the regular ones are like 9, not this 9 or 12, but whew, I don't want to make too much mess with this paint, although it's easy to clean. I still don't want, got enough to clean right now. I got enough to clean. I probably will just be able to do this one room today. And then gonna go move everything into the other room to set up for tomorrow. I could possibly knock out 2 of those rooms tomorrow. They're not as big as this one. But I don't know, man. This is some work, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Gotta do what we gotta do, right? I gotta switch angles here. So, there we go. Let's see here. I've got some run marks here and there. Fix. Yeah, I think need to miss some areas here. I need to bring I knew I would need a brighter light in here, but we just I just bought the little lamps that would fit in the car. Because, yeah, we ran out of room. I had so much stuff in the car. So. So, yeah. Whew. Alright, I think I'm gonna end this because it is so dark, and yeah, so let me just flip this around so you can see what it is. I painted, well, this is primer, so I just cut in all the corners, and I pretty much prime that wall. I'm gonna go back in with a smaller brush and just, you know, get some of those smaller areas. It's a lot easier to use this